Hi, my name is Ben Mwine and I love cars and I love telling car stories. This is Kafulu, where we get to tell car stories African style. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about how much value can you actually get from the car that you own? Does a car add value to your life? It's something very interesting because growing up, I always loved cars and I always, you look at someone, you're thinking, man, when I grow up, I want to drive that car. And in your mind, you have this preconceived notion of how good that car will make you feel, how much better it will make your life. And over the course of my life, I haven't yet had a chance to drive any of my dream cars yet, but at least to own. I've driven some really special cars, but today I get to drive one of my dream cars. It's not mine. You'll get to meet the owner in just a moment, but this is a BMW, not just any BMW. This is an F30 2013 316i. And if that sounds too technical, we'll break it down for you. Basically, it's a 1.6 liter, which sounds small, but it's twin turbocharged, so it's really, really quick. It's fast. But also this comes with an M performance pack. So BMW has a special division called M, where they make M cars, and they have different hierarchies. The ultimate would be an M3, for example, which this is not. But essentially, you would never know the difference, especially here in Africa, for example, in Uganda. You don't really need an M3. You'll never be able to really test it to its limit. So this just does everything you need to do. I mean, look at this thing. It looks, it's gorgeous. One thing I must say is that it's a performance car, as if, so it's a bit low. So if you look at it down here, you can clearly see that the carbon fiber diffuser has some scuff marks because of our humps. So you have to be very careful when you're driving that. But otherwise, it's a really, really special car. This particular one has done a very low mileage. It's only been in Uganda for a few months. As you can tell, it's a UBQ, so it's brand new on the market, at least here. Carbon fiber mirrors. We're going to take a look at the interior now, and you'll get to see how amazing this thing is. And then we'll meet the owner and hear a little bit about what makes this car very, very special and what that story is like in just a moment.
Look in my eyes, tell me your tale, then you see the road. I'm out to my soul, and tell me the size. Whenever the smoke clear out of my face and my picture perfect, do I look fried? All of that green and yellow that drip from your eyes is telling. Tell your demise, I'm with to my side to push back the ceiling and push back the feelings I had to the side. I replay them nights and right by my side, all I see is a sea of people that ride me. If they just knew what Scotty would do to jump out the stage and say I'm a child. The things we created became the most weighted. I gotta find balance and keep me a smile. Yeah, that shit wild. Instead I'm a hero, I took it for zero.
I mean, wow. You hear about premium cars and German cars, and people want to drive, German cars and everything. And you can see the appeal why. I've spent my entire life driving Japanese cars, Ipsams and my Lancer. You've seen some videos of that, and they are very basic cars, which is okay, works for us. But I mean, it's definitely premium. It's clearly expensive. It looks really, really good. The maintenance is expensive, and I'm going to do another video about which cars you should not buy in Uganda. And this is actually one of them. The majority of us literally can't afford this car. This is the honest truth. And even the owner will tell you that this is not a cheap car to maintain, even though it is a really, really good car. And speaking of the owner, I don't want to say security purposes, but for various reasons, I cannot tell you who the owner is or show them to you because of image rights. But I can edit a little bit of his story to show you how incredible it is. And there's a whole story about that, especially for our young people in this country. The owner of this car is very young. Young enough to be my son. No, seriously. He's in his 20s, and he's driving one of my dream cars. I mean, it's depressing, it's annoying, but what's even more annoying, but also inspiring, is his story. Less than 5 years ago, he had just finished campus here, and he was struggling, and then he managed to get into a legit business. Again, I can't say what it is because of image rights and legal reasons, and I had to sign an NDA. But what I can tell you is that works in Uganda, lives in Uganda, does something that's very legitimate, and went from making less than 1.5 million shillings a month to a point where he's able to afford this, right? So, I mean, the moral of the story here being that no matter where you are, especially now with the world becoming a flat place, it's a global village, you can sit here in Kampala and be able to do some really good work that will make you a very strong earning. And there are some websites where you can actually do some decent work. I've used Upwork before to do some transcription work and make little money, but you can be able to do that. There are kids, and I would say that, in this country who are sitting here in Kampala and doing coding, for example, for different software engineering companies in the US. So they are sitting here. During the day, you'll find them sitting at the swimming pool, right? And you think these guys are just wasting their time. They look weird. They wear shorts and I don't know what. And then in the night, when you guys are going to bed to sleep, these guys are waking up to go and do some really serious work where they'll make enough money to be able to drive cars that cost 100 million shillings and over and above. So it's incredible. So I'm not able to show you the owner, but I'm able to put him on the microphone so he can be able to explain to you some of the basic things about this car. The most important of which being the fact that, believe it or not, this was his first car. And so let's just call him, for purposes of the video, we'll call him M. So M, thanks a lot for doing with us, first of all. And people can't see you, they can hear you. And so I'll be a reference for this particular purpose. How does it feel being able to have your first car and it's a car that that's just incredible?
Well, it's a dream come true. Personally, I feel like I can't say it's hard work.
Yeah.
Because hard work without resilience is not hard work.
I mean, come on, it is hard work.
You know, sometimes you have to try and fail. But I had a dream.
Yeah.
My dream car was always a BMW. It was either BMW or nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took me all these years. I'm making 29 and here I am with my dream car. Yeah, so it feels really amazing.
So I've got to ask, what the very first time this car eventually lands, you've registered it, you sit in, you have the start-stop engine here. What was that feeling like for you? What sort of emotions were you experiencing at that time, putting your foot down on the gas for the very first time?
First, I got my goosebumps. That's a must. It's one of the things was the cold start.
Yeah.
The cold start was really, really amazing.
Yeah.
And according to what I always saw online, it was really loud. That is one, and I really love loud cars.
Yeah.
Secondly, the comfortability. The car is really comfortable.
Yeah.
The steering wheel too. Carbon fiber all over. It was everything I wanted.
Because it's got an M Performance Pack, which for anyone who doesn't know is like the higher end for the BMW.
Yes,
So it's not an M3, but it's an M Performance Pack.
Yes.
1.6 liter. I was arguing when I first saw pictures of your car, and I'm like, this looks like an M3. It's probably just a sleeper. Maybe you wanted to evade taxes, but it actually is a 1.6, right?
Yeah, it is a 1.6.
But the performance is, you'd never tell, you know.
Yeah, you can't, but if you push it, it will actually give you the performance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's twin turbocharged, 1.6, yes, but, you know, BMW did its thing.
No, they absolutely did. The other one question that I must ask you before I ask you to let me drive it around and get to experience this incredible performance is, I keep telling people that the car that you drive can actually add to your lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
Has that proven for you to be true from the time you've owned this car? How does it feel?
That is really true. I could stand by that. It's 100% true. I keep telling people that the car you buy is what represents you at some point. If you want to get into rooms, the car you drive could take you to any room. If you want to get easier parking, the type of car you buy will get you easier parking. If you want to, you're not stopped by traffic police on the road, it's the kind of car you buy. So
has this car done that for you?
Exactly. So this exact car has really done beyond that. It has put me to rooms. It closes contracts so fast. Yeah, so I'm really impressed.
Right. And then the other thing, and I'm doing a video about this very soon, because people sometimes insist on buying these cars when the harsh reality is that they never prepare themselves for the expense that comes with it. Mm-hmm. This is not a cheap car.
It's not.
Right? To buy?
Definitely not.
And to maintain.
Yes, true. Very true. But again, it all comes to being prepared.
Yeah.
There is having the money to purchase something and also having the money to afford something.
Yeah.
In the long run, sometimes cars are a luxury. With the BMW, it's really expensive to maintain, but once maintained so well, I think it's worth the money.
But also the smile that comes from just the way you feel good. And for you, it's not a problem because the kind of money you make allows you to be able to afford the maintenance when it's due.
Yeah, very true.
But for anyone who wants to take a car loan to buy this car, big mistake, right?
Yeah, it would be a big mistake because spare parts alone are really expensive.
Yeah.
The carbon fiber mirrors are 3 million and you can't buy one. You buy...
I'm sorry, what?
The side mirrors alone are 3 million. So UGX. So you can't buy one, you have to buy two. And those are original BMW parts. Entirely the carbon fiber inside there is also really expensive.
Yeah.
I remember the gear shift carbon fiber alone costs 180,000. Just the cover. Yes.
Just the cover.
Just the cover.
Oh wow.
The reflectors alone, I remember, cost about 180. In case I lost the reflector and it fell off.
Yeah.
180,000 for just a small reflector. So
oh wow.
The parts are really, really expensive. So by the time you buy this car, you should have the money to maintain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh wow.
And enjoy it.
All right. So look, is it okay if I
take your time? Enjoy the car.
Sure? I might not bring it back.
Push it as hard as you want.
All right. So let's go and drive what an M Performance BMW feels like and check that out now. Right. So impressions. I mean, first of all, you hear about this stuff, but until you sit in the car, you don't realize just how good it feels. The seat is hugging me, like literally hugging me the way my mom does. Feels good. Performance-wise, put on the... This is a 1.6 liter, but it's like you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to enjoy my experience. I've been given an opportunity to drive an amazing performance car, so I'm going to do that. All I can tell you is this, that if you're going to buy a car, if you've banged a car deal or made some really good money, take some time to try and spec your car properly. Buy a car that looks good. Anyone can buy a BMW, right? But look for a BMW that looks as good as this. I mean, just look at the way this thing looks. It looks incredible. The seats, the sound system is good. All right. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. Let me go have fun.